You feel like you've tried everything: vision boards, affirmations, daily rituals, and still nothing sticks. You wonder whether manifestation is a scam, or if you're simply cursed with bad timing. What if the problem isn't your intention, but a hidden blockage in how you interact with reality itself? What if quantum physics and ancient spiritual wisdom could explain why your manifestations fail, and exactly how to fix it? Stay with me and I'll show you a practical, science-infused spiritual method that clears the blockage for good. This isn't fluff, it's a bridge between neurons, energy, and the quantum field, and it can change everything. The problem begins with a paradox. You are taught to want, to visualize, to keep your vibration high, but the results are inconsistent. You are not lazy or disobedient to the laws of attraction. Something deeper is happening. Think of the mind and body as a filter that selects which quantum possibilities collapse into your lived reality. If that filter is clogged by unresolved trauma, conflicting identities, or unprocessed emotions, it will favor old familiar outcomes rather than new ones. Many teachers give you techniques: visualize, affirm, script, but they rarely address the hardware, your nervous system. The nervous system stores patterns of safety and threat and runs those patterns automatically. When a past event taught you that abundance equals danger, your body learned to preemptively protect you by sabotaging opportunities. The observer that interacts with the quantum field is not a disembodied wish. It is attention shaped by feeling, expectation, and habit. I once worked with a woman named Maya who exemplified this problem. She practiced manifestation faithfully for years: vision boards, nightly visualizations, gratitude lists. Yet promotions evaded her, relationships failed to deepen, and money felt ephemeral. The missing link was not effort, it was the emotional charge beneath her intentions. Early family patterns had taught Maya that success invited jealousy and punishment. Her body registered abundance as unsafe. At the moment a job offer or romantic possibility appeared, her breath tightened, her chest closed, and her mind generated reasons to step back. She would unconsciously procrastinate on the application, avoid an invitation, or downplay her achievements until the opportunity evaporated. She had intention but lacked coherence. From the vantage point of quantum theory, possibilities exist as probabilities. The act of observation, charged with emotion, contributes to which probability becomes reality. That does not mean thoughts alone magically create outcomes. It means the quality of your attention matters. A terrified attention will collapse toward scarcity. An embodied, regulated attention will collapse toward expansion. The core problem, then, is coherence. You can hold brilliant intentions in your head while your body rehearses old stories. That creates interference patterns, like overlapping radio signals, that garble the transmission of your desire. You get partial successes, intermittent wins, and repeated disappointments. That's why many spiritual tools feel like one-time hacks rather than a reliable system for change. The blockage typically hides in 3 places. First, unresolved energetic trauma, old wounds that carry charge and bias the observer. Second, identity misalignment, when your conscious goals conflict with deep internal narratives about who you are and what you deserve. Third, practical mismatch, small behaviors and microchoices that unconsciously cancel momentum, procrastination rituals, avoidance, and tiny acts of self-protection that add up. As you watch this video, I want you to notice one thing: where do you repeatedly move away from what you say you want? That question is diagnostic. Awareness becomes a soft edge for change, but awareness must be followed by embodied practices that reconfigure the nervous system and the observer itself. Without tools designed to shift both mind and body, intention remains idea and rarely becomes lived reality. The good news is that the blockage is reparable, and repair starts with a method that integrates science, somatics, and spirit together. The discovery emerges from merging 3 fields: quantum physics, somatic neuroscience, and contemplative spirituality. Quantum physics shows that the act of measurement matters. Somatic science shows that your body states modulate attention. Contemplative traditions provide disciplined practices for refining awareness. Together they form a model. An embodied observer influences probability. A key scientific insight is the observer effect. In quantum experiments, particles exist in superposition until measurement, then possibilities resolve. When we map that to human experience, attention becomes a selective measurement. The content of that attention, its emotional tone and expectation, functions like the measuring device. Spiritual teachers described similar dynamics for millennia. Focused prayer, ritual, and devotion shift how life unfolds. The modern discovery is that these descriptions have a plausible mechanism. Embodied attention modulates what you notice and act upon, and that choice changes which possibilities are reinforced. Another discovery is the role of the nervous system. Polyvagal-informed perspectives reveal that safety breeds flexibility and creativity. When the body is regulated, the mind can explore new patterns, take healthy risks, and stay open to uncommon outcomes. When dysregulated, survival mechanisms narrow behavior toward familiar, protective choices. The observer that collapses quantum probability is always embodied. If your body expects scarcity, your attention will favor evidence that confirms scarcity. We also discovered practical leverage points. Small practices shift baseline physiology and gradually change the kinds of observations you make. Breath techniques down-regulate threat response. Micromeditations train sustained attention. Identity practices, rituals that rehearse a new self, alter the narrative through repeated experience. In short, you can design the observer. Let me tell you about James, a veteran who wanted stability after years of hypervigilance. He visualized a peaceful family life, but each attempt activated old fear patterns. The discovery for James was simple: separate intention setting from state regulation. Before imagining scenarios, he learned to settle his nervous system with rhythm-based breathing and a 2-minute body scan. Once his body felt safe, his visualizations landed differently: less fear, more receptivity. Over months, his probability field shifted, doors opened he hadn't expected, and relationships deepened. This discovery reframes manifestation from wishful thinking to embodied practice. It gives you actionable leverage: tend your state, refine your attention, and align identity through repeated small experiences. Practice these micro-techniques daily and note the shifts. Explore breath, habit, and gentle exposure to new experiences. Together, the method I teach has 3 pillars: state, signal, and structure. State is nervous system regulation. Signal is the quality of attention and feeling. Structure is aligned action and identity rehearsal. Together, these create conditions where the observer reliably collapses toward the possibilities you intend. Pillar 1. State. Begin with regulation. A simple daily routine stabilizes the system. 3 sets of rhythmic breathing: inhale 4, hold 4, exhale 6, followed by a body scan of 2 minutes. This practice trains your autonomic system to move toward co-regulation and safety. Create before you visualize. Ritualizing safety before imagination changes how your attention measures possibilities. Pillar 2. Signal. This is how you send information into the field. Stop shallow affirmations. Replace them with sensory-rich, emotion-anchored imaginal rehearsal. Use first-person present tense scenes that include bodily sensations, smells, textures, and emotions. For example, instead of "I am prosperous," imagine the sound of your bank notification, the sensation of your shoulders releasing, the exact words someone says to congratulate you. Hold that scene for 60 seconds while your breath is slow and your posture is open. Let feeling anchor the image. Feeling calibrates the observer. Pillar 3. Structure. Take aligned micro-actions that demonstrate the identity you're cultivating. If you want to be a healthy person, schedule one 20-minute walk 3 times this week and keep it sacred. If you want to be a person who attracts opportunities, send 1 authentic outreach email today. Small behaviors act as ground truth to your nervous system. They teach your body that the new identity is safe and real. Practical exercise. The 3-minute anchor. 1. Regulate. 3. Slow breaths. 2. Signal. Recall a 60-second microscene of the desired outcome with sensory detail. 3. Structure. Write down 1 micro-action you will take in the next 24 hours. Repeat morning and night for 30 days. Track changes in mood, ease, and the frequency of aligned opportunities. Repeat the 3-minute anchor without judgment. Small repeats compound into identity shifts. Consistency over intensity is the rule. Emotional story. I worked with a musician named Lena who wanted her music to reach a wider audience. Her rehearsals were excellent, but she froze when invitations arrived. We used this method: settle her system before rehearsal, rehearse the scene of her playing on stage with applause and the feel of the microphone, then book a micro-action, 2 local open mic nights in the next month. The combination changed her threshold for risk. Opportunities that previously felt threatening became invitations. and doors opened because her observer had learned to favor the possibility of success.
Practical tip: journaling matters.
After each anchor practice, write one line: "Today I felt. Today I did." One sign that this is shifting is. Over time, the journal becomes evidence. Evidence rewires belief. Repeat the 3-minute anchor without judgment. Small repeats compound into identity shifts. Consistency over intensity is the rule. Together, when state, signal, and structure align over time, you get transformation that is measurable and felt. People report subtle shifts, fewer panic reactions, clearer decision-making, and a stronger sense of personal authority. Over months, these accumulate into big changes. New careers, loving partnerships, financial stability, and creative breakthroughs. Transformation has 3 stages. Stage 1 is stabilization. The nervous system learns safety cues and the observer becomes less reactive. Stage 2 is amplification. The improved state allows you to hold larger, more audacious intentions without self-sabotage. Stage 3 is integration. Your identity rewrites itself through repeated small actions and new relational signals. Consider the story of Aaron, a small business owner who kept sabotaging his sales calls with self-deprecating humor and avoidance. He applied the method, regulated before calls, visualized successful conversations as embodied scenes, and committed to a post-call ritual that reinforced his new identity. Within months, not only did his conversion rates improve, but he noticed something unexpected. He felt calmer, more present with his kids, and more playful in other parts of life. The quantum field didn't bend like magic. His new observer repeatedly measured different possibilities, and the probabilities shifted accordingly. You can measure transformation with practical markers: number of aligned microactions completed per week, subjective ease rating when action is required, and the gap between imagined and lived experience. Use a simple log. After each practice, note one line: "Today I felt safer. Today I acted in alignment. Today something moved." Over weeks, patterns emerge. The log becomes evidence that rewiring is occurring. There will be setbacks. Nervous system work is messy. Old patterns will sometimes flare. The method prepares you for those moments with micro-resets, a 2-minute breath, a sensory return to safety, and a recommitment to one small structure step. Treat setbacks like weather, not identity. Rain passes, soil is nourished. Measure progress with a simple log and share your wins. Community support accelerates integration and sustains change through accountability. Most importantly, transformation shifts your relationship to possibility. Instead of hoping for a rare alignment, you begin to design probability. You stop waiting for miracles and start producing them through consistent embodied attention and aligned behavior. That's the real power when quantum principles meet spiritual practice. They give you a roadmap and the tools to walk it. Together. This final section is not just about your personal gains. Once your blockage clears, the mission expands beyond private manifestations. A coherent observer doesn't only create personal success, it increases your capacity to contribute to collective life. When more people learn to hold grounded, compassionate attention, systems shift, workplaces become kinder, communities become more resilient, and creativity accelerates. Your mission becomes a practice in responsible manifestation. Ask yourself, what contribution will my healed attention make? If your intention is wealth, how will you steward it? If it is influence, how will you use it ethically? The method I share increases power. Power without purpose can harm. Pair your transformation with a mission statement that links your personal goals to service. Practical exercise. The 3-fold mission check. 1. Personal benefit. List what you will receive. 2. Relational benefit. Who around you benefits. 3. Societal benefit. What ripples outward. Review this weekly and let it refine your signal and structure. When your intentions include others, your field widens and new opportunities align with deeper meaning. Emotional story. After clearing his blockage, a teacher named Rosa used her newfound clarity to start free community classes that combined somatic breathing with creative writing. Her income increased through paid workshops, yet she prioritized giving back because the ripples mattered. Her mission amplified her manifestations. The universe responded to the coherence of a life aimed at benefit, not only acquisition. A simple practice: each Sunday, take 15 minutes to write your mission sentence. One line describing how your growth serves others. Then pick one small, tangible action in the week that embodies that sentence. Stick to it. Envision your legacy and articulate how your transformation serves others. Link manifestation to stewardship and benefit, not merely accumulation. If this video landed for you, begin now. Commit to 30 days of the 3-minute anchor. Log your experience. Share one honest story in the comments about where you repeatedly move away from what you want. If you want guided help, check the link in the description for a free 7-day practice and a live workshop sign-up. Subscribe for weekly guides that blend science and spirit, and hit the bell to receive each practice as it arrives.